Okay. All right. That was a lot of stuff to, like 19 questions as soon as I walked in the door, and I was already late.
I hear you.
And I only want this T-shirt if it's this particular thing. Make sure it's this only this kind of T-shirt, even though all the T-shirts are pretty similar. Hello, what's up, y'all? We're here to do the live stream where I show you all of the stuff from this week that is coming out. And I'm a little frazzled, so forgive me. Bunch of stuff. Boop. How's everybody doing? I see you. I see you there hanging out. Say hi. If you have any comments or questions, go make them. Make your comments and your questions with your crayons and your pencils.
Picture page.
What are all the boxes here now?
Well, this is DC.
No, I know. They're all three of these are DC.
Yes.
I had them sorted as like, these are this week's books. Is that this?
That's this.
That's this.
That's that.
All right. First things first. Oh, we have our one viewer left.
He wasn't into the picture page, right?
He wasn't into the picture page. He's like, Bill Cosby is problematic, and I will not have a joke about Bill Cosby.
No, and he didn't.
I brought an iced coffee in here.
Did you?
Harumph.
Well, it can't have gotten far. Or could it? Did you go in the back?
Nope. Is there one here?
No.
There's no one in the back.
Oh, yes.
Here it is. With all of this random stuff that's just sitting here.
Yes. It's not just random. I was doing this.
Oh, you're displaying.
Yeah.
Thank you. I didn't know if customers just.
No.
They do stuff like this, so.
Yeah. No, I put this in and it looked good, but I was like, maybe it's a little too much, so I took it.
Gotcha. Hello. Now there's some people. Hi, people. I highly recommend the Dunkin' Donuts chocolate stout cold brew. If you like those sorts of things. If you don't like those sorts of things, I take back my recommendation. All right, we're going to go through DC first. Here we go. Boom. Trade paperbacks. Also, if you have any comments or questions, put them down there. At least say hello. Don't be a lurker. Say hi. Legion of Superheroes by Brian Michael Bendis, Ryan Sook, Wade Von Grawbadger, and Jordi Belair. This is the Trial of the Legion trade paperback, which wraps up Brian Michael Bendis' run on the Legion, which, as someone who never cared about the Legion, I enjoyed very much.
He's done on that now?
Well, there was this. Thank you for asking, Brian.
You're welcome.
Everyone, this is Brian.
Hi. Can they see me?
No.
No. But can they hear me?
If you come here, they'll see you. If you get into where the camera is, there you go.
Oh, it's like
this is how cameras work.
Camera.
Yeah.
Device.
Hi, Sid. What was your question? Is he done with the Legion? He did this run, and then he did the Future State Legion, and then I think that's it.
Is there even a Legion book upcoming?
I don't know.
I don't know either.
I don't know.
I hope so.
One of my favorite Batman stories, A Death in the Family from the mid-'80s, where the Robin died. He was killed by the Joker. Spoiler alert. I guess he's dead on both covers, and it's called A Death in the Family.
You could just be wounded.
I guess.
Out of it.
Yeah, he's just, you know what? He's just out of blood right now. He'll get better once he gets more blood. And this was a storyline in the 80s where the storyline started in the Batman comic book, and then DC started a 800 number where people could call in and vote on whether or not Jason Todd, the second Robin, lives or dies at the end of the story. We voted to murder him. We voted to murder the teenage sidekick. I got more copies of Wonder Woman Earth 1 by Grant Morrison and Yannick Paquette. And they have put out a 30th anniversary deluxe edition of Animal Man by Grant Morrison, which is a very, very good run on a little-known character.
That's when he became aware that he is in a comic, right, JD?
Sort of.
Okay.
The comic book became aware that it was a comic book.
Okay.
If that makes sense.
As much as one expects it to.
Yes.
Yeah.
So that's coming out. Let's see. We'll go through the DC Comics issues. American Vampire 1976 Family Trees Book 7. This wraps up this is the finale of the American Vampire series, which was started by Scott Snyder and Stephen King. And let's see. Next up, we have the Batman and Scooby-Doo Mysteries, 1 of 12. This is a whole Batman and Scooby-Doo series, which is kind of cute. And then we've got Batman the Detective, which I believe was originally called Batman Dark Knight. And they've changed the name to Batman the Detective. It's a 6-issue miniseries written by one of my current favorites, Tom Taylor, with art by Andy Kubert. Is it Andy or Adam? I always get the Kuberts confused. And of course, oh, here we go. Oh, it was Andy Kubert. And I read this the other night, last night. I guess that was another night. Oh, hi, Molly. Earl says, how much is that Death in the Family? That looks nice. Earl, it is $49.99. It's a nice deluxe edition hardcover. However, hold on a second. There's a regular trade paperback of Death in the Family, and this one's only $24.99. So if you're interested in reading the story and you don't really care if it's like a slightly bigger hardcover, you could just get the regular trade paperback as well. So yeah, Batman the Detective. This is basically Bats going to London and dealing with a terrorist organization that for some reason are all dressed up as white Batmen. Like their whole outfit is stark white. Let's see. Oh, yep, there they are. And you also meet the new Knight and Squire, who are, if you read the Grant Morrison Batman Incorporated series, they're Britain's Batman and Robin. Knight and Squire. So Knight is sort of the Batman figure. Squire is the sidekick. And there's a variant cover by Andy Kubert. Earl says, be down tomorrow to snag that $50 one. I will put your name on it, Earl. A little post-it. I used to brand all the names onto the books using, metal and fire, but people got upset about it, so I guess I'll just use Post-its. Yeah. Earl Hoffman. And today's date is 4/13. Gadunk, gadunk. All right, Earl, it's here for you with your name on it. So let's see. Batman the Detective. Off to a very good start, again, by Tom Taylor. And there's another variant cover, which is the blank variant, sketch variant, where you can take it to your favorite artist. I don't know, maybe a Johnny Destructo. Who knows? And they will draw whatever you want on it. So next up, more Batman. We've got Batman Urban Legends, which is a anthology series. And this has stories by Chip Zdarsky and Ed Barrows. There's an Oracle story by Cecil Castellucci and Marguerite Sauvage. There's an Outsiders story by Brandon Thomas and Max Dunbar. And there's a Grifter story by Matt Rosenberg and Ryan Benjamin. So yeah, Batman Urban Legends. Screedle-deedle. Molly says, hi, Molly. So nice to see my Tuesday coworker. So this morning was kind of, what's the word? damaging. We took our baby Kai, who is now 2 months old. He's like 4.5 weeks, to get his regular vaccinations. And boy, oh boy, infants scream like the dickens when they are stabbed with needles. It hurt my heart. The little lower lip was going and everything. Oh, I hated it. And then, he was immediately fine. Yeah, he was more damaging to me emotionally than my son. As soon as they were done giving him the vaccinations, he was like, "Oh, I'm chill." Challenge of the Super Sons, which is the third Super Sons series by Peter J. Tomasi, one of my favorite DC writers. And this still has John and Damian as the same age. So this takes place a little bit in the past. And this is a follow-up to the last one. There was just the regular Super Sons, then Adventures of the Super Sons, and now Challenge of the Super Sons. Never 12-issue maxi series, which looks like a lot of fun. I just recently picked up the Omnibus, which has the first 2 Super Sons series in it. They're a lot of fun.
That's set in their past?
In their past, yeah, because John Kent is still Damian's age before the Brian Michael Bendis run where they aged him up kind of needlessly. And really nice. I want to say that's Simone DeMeo, the artist. The variant cover, that is gorgeous. Let me see. I'm gonna check myself on this. Cover by Jorge Jimenez. Variant cover by Simone DeMeo, who you may know from Image Comics, or is it Booms? We only find them when they're dead, which we reviewed on the Spoiler Alert podcast, which we do Sunday mornings at 10:30 a.m. We live stream and we review this week's comics.
Am I on that show too?
Brian, you are on that show.
Is that right?
It's so weird that you would ask about a show that you're on and whether or not you're on it.
I don't like to take things for granted. I want to be sure about things.
Everyone, I want you to pay attention here. Brian, come here.
Here I am.
I want you to look at Brian's mask. Right. Brian, talk. Say hi to the people.
Hi, everybody.
Move in there a little closer.
All right, let me get in here.
What I like about his mask, and whenever he talks to me,
yes, I try to say something serious, and there's like a Muppet effect.
Yeah. He's got this little smile that happens. It's so great. Bye, guys. It always makes me laugh. He's trying to tell me about the secrets of the universe.
Yeah, JG. Anyway, one of the secrets of the universe that we haven't gotten to yet is, and then he just laughs.
And I chuckle. I guffaw occasionally.
Yeah, you're a guffaw.
Yeah. All right. Noel says, loved Super Sons, but I am Team Teen John.
Okay.
I'm Young John. Team Young John.
Young John.
Young John. I mean, I don't have a choice because he's older now.
You have a choice about how you feel.
I do.
Yeah.
All right. Next up from DC Comics is Joker #2. And I got to say, and I will say, because I gotta, that Joker #1 was great. It deals very minimally with the Joker. He's on one page of issue #1. It's mostly about Commissioner Gordon. Well, he's not commissioner now. What is he? Retired Commissioner Gordon?
Commissioner Emeritus.
Commissioner Emeritus Gordon.
Yeah. Unexpectedly good, actually.
Right?
Didn't think it was going to be that good.
Yeah. I think everyone kind of enjoyed it. And this is Joker #2. And there he is, Commissioner Emeritus Gordon. There's the main cover by Gilliam March. And there is I love this alternate.
Awesome.
Look at this cover. So we're going to go back here and we're going to zoom in. So we've got Joker kind of being all sad on the subway. And then in the blood is another Joker, but he's not sad on the subway. He looks crazy. Oh, and there's like one of his there's a fish behind him. Yeah, he's holding one of his Joker fish.
Oh, really? I didn't know.
It's kind of cool.
Yeah, that is cool.
So yeah, very nice alternate cover. And then there is another alternate cover, which is fine. And this has what's her nuts? Punchline. Thank you, Ryan.
Yeah.
So
I appreciate that she exists as a way to make sure that Harley Quinn never needs to go back to what she once was.
Exactly. Because no one wants Harley Quinn to go back to being just the Joker's patsy girlfriend punching bag.
No, it was like a fun. She was great when it was introduced, but it's so much
This is so much better.
So much better.
Yeah.
Rorschach number 7 from Tom King and Jorge Fornes. Look at that cover. It's kind of cool, spooky. Oh, I am spooked. And then there's a variant by Tedesco. Oh, I love Tedesco. Look at that.
Ooh, that's good.
Oh, that's a good one. Look at it.
I'm looking.
That's great.
I like that.
Yeah, I like Tedesco a lot.
Is that his only name? It's a mononym?
No, he's got a first name. I always forget it.
I got
Timmy Tom Tedesco.
So it's Timmy Tom Tedesco.
Yes,
It's
yes.
like Ricky Tiki Timbo, no Sarimbo.
And now you know why I just call him Tedesco.
Now I know.
That's too many first names.
Tim would be fine, but
Noel says, but they are still telling young John stories, cake and eating it too. We all win.
that's true.
And he says, oh, vigilante in training, Gordon.
Oh, that's true.
Remember when Gordon took over as Batman and all of a sudden he was 20 years younger? That was weird.
And his suit had like little rabbit ears on it.
Yeah, the rabbit ears.
That was weird too.
Yeah.
Yeah.
A lot of weird things about that Scott Snyder
Yeah.
portion of his run. Superman number 30 from Johnson. What is his name? He's got 3 names. Philip Kennedy Johnson with Scott Godlewski as the artist. Ooh, what am I looking at? What's going on? There's Superman and there's like a wizard guy and he's looking at a big mirror.
Let me see. Let me look too.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, it's a wizard guy.
It's a lot going on.
You know what? I think the wizard guy is looking at. That's probably one of those viewing mirrors that wizards use.
Yes.
And he's probably about to get involved in Superman's life in some way.
Do you think?
Yeah, I think so.
Here's the variant cover with the old John. Here, Noel. Here, Team Old John. Good job.
I like that cover. There's almost a boom tube looking thing.
Yeah.
In the back. It's a cool, unusual pose for Superman, but very
Yeah.
cool. Yeah.
It is strange, isn't it?
It is. But it works.
I do like his big ears, though. Look how big Superman's ears are.
Yeah, you're a real sucker for big ears.
That's what everyone says. Jados likes big ears. Sweet Tooth, The Return, number 6 of 6, the finale of yet another long-running series. This one by Jeff Lemire. And this is the sequel. Well, I guess it's The Return. I have read maybe 2 issues of Sweet Tooth, but everyone tells me it's good.
We read that number 1 for the show. Did you?
Did you?
Did you not?
I did not.
Yeah, it was decent. It's one of those things that's like, this takes place a very long time after the original series, and it was cool on its own. But I'm sure had I read the whole series, there'd be a lot more, about it that I would
You would
know
have
or
appreciated
notice.
it, yeah.
Yeah.
I'm dropping books.
Huh.
Yeah. We should catch up on Rorschach for the show, says Noel. Issue 7 is
Out.
fascinating and warrants discussion.
Okay.
All right.
I'll do that.
I'll do it too.
Len won't.
Don't think I won't.
Len has refused.
Len is less and less part of the show because the more books we review that he likes, he decides he's not going to read any more issues until the trade paperbacks come out. So then a lot of it is us going, oh, here is what we think of the book. Len, what did you think? I don't know. I refuse to read it until the trade paperback comes out.
We only are picking things that Len won't like from now on.
Yeah.
That way he'll read them.
Let's see. Teen John Adventures in the Multiverse and Future are phenomenal. Can't wait for him to take over for Clark. Yeah, I said it. Well, you typed it.
Who said that?
Unless you said it out loud while he was
A
typing.
lot of people type and speak at the same time.
That's true.
Especially in movies and TV.
Hi, hello, Mr. JD. What's up? How you doing today? Action Figure Expert asks, and I will tell you, I'm good.
Cool.
I'm pretty good.
I see you got those new orange shoes on.
Yeah.
There you go.
There
they are.
I got new kicks.
Yeah. Oh, and Captain Marvel socks.
And I've got Captain Marvel socks.
Ooh.
That's right. I don't give a shit.
What?
And
What?
I've got.
Do you not care that you're wearing them?
I've got Adidas just dropped a Simpsons crossover jacket.
That's cool.
So I got that. And I got my handmade I Love Naps t-shirt.
Excellent.
In the heavy metal font. I hand drew that shit. Oh, and my own Johnny Destructo cap.
Is that T-shirt available for purchase?
The T-shirt is available for purchase, Brian. If you go to johnnydestructo.com, it'll lead you directly to my Etsy store.
Oh, very cool.
And I would be happy to make one for you in whatever size you deem necessary for your torso.
What about color?
Limited colors. Let's not go crazy with all the colors.
Chartreuse.
Noel says Sweet Tooth Compendium is coming. If interested in the OG series before it debuts on Netflix. There's a TV show on Netflix, eh?
There has been one in the works for a while, and I think it's progressing. Presumably, is
it live action or animated?
I don't know. I had the impression it was live action,
Me
but
neither.
I don't know what I'm basing that on. So could be
Okay.
anyone. Yeah.
I said it aloud. He did say it aloud as he was typing.
Cool. Wait, who said that? Was that
Noel.
Ooh, Noel wants John Cannon's Superman?
Gan says, how's the quality of the jacket? I'll tell you, Gan, it's thinner than I thought, but I don't usually buy Adidas track jackets. So I imagine it's as thin as they usually are. But to my unlearned feelers, I was like, oh, this is thin. So it's definitely a springtime jacket. So I kind of keep it in the store for when I'm feeling a little chilly. Noel says, yes, live action filming now. Robert Downey Jr. is producing. I'm assuming it's Robert Downey Jr. He typed RDJ.
Could be anybody. Roscoe,
Run Da Jules. Maybe it's a knockoff band called Run Da Jules.
But instead of being a band, he's an executive producer.
Yeah.
Right.
Run the Jewelers.
Run the Jewelers.
Yeah. The producer.
Yeah.
Wonder Woman 771 by Becky Cloonan, one of my favorite artists, is writing this. I haven't read any of the issues starting. Mr. Doctor. Wait, what's his name? Mr. Doctor?
Mr. Doctor.
Mr. Dr. Psycho?
Couldn't get into medical school. Dr. Psycho.
Dr. Psycho.
Yeah, he's the doctor.
He is great in the Harley Quinn animated series.
Oh, Tony Hale doing the voice.
Is that him?
It is. Yes.
Wait.
Yeah. It walked on my pillow.
That guy?
From Arrested Development. Yeah.
See, what does he keep saying? See.
Hey, brother.
Hey, brother.
Yeah.
Hey, brother. Lucille.
Oh, I don't care about her.
There's a variant cover for Wonder Woman number 771 by what's his tits?
It's a cool cover.
All of his covers are very cool, especially once he got out of drawing underage girls in their underwear.
Was that comics assignments or
that was?
Oh, okay.
What is his name? He's so good. Come on, brain. You know what? I'm going to cheat. Joshua Middleton. He is notorious to me only because one of the covers he did for NYX had Laura, X-23.
Oh, yes.
X-23, the little girl Laura from the Logan film. Mm-hmm. In one of her first appearances was her in a schoolgirl uniform, sort of, in a state of undress.
I see. Yeah.
And she was very young and very sexualized. And I was just like, what the fudge is happening? Why is this allowed?
All right.
But now he draws, grown women like this. So that's pretty good.
She's ready for battle. Yeah.
So I don't know if that was it was because she, at the time when she was introduced, she was an underage prostitute, a sex worker.
Well, that is kind of in line with
that. Doesn't mean you should draw an underage girl in states of undress on the cover of your book.
That's fair.
Right?
That's fair.
It can be part of the story without being male gazy.
Sure. Oh, yeah. Well, I mean, I didn't even see the cover, so I have no idea.
Go look up NYX.
Okay.
Joshua Middleton variant cover.
I'll get right on that.
He's not going to do it. He's going to stand right here. Let's see.
Oh, also, JD, speaking of Tony Hale on Harley Quinn, Alan Tudyk does both the Joker and Clayface. And he was also on Arrested Development. Oh, he's amazing.
Oh, I love Alan Tudyk.
Yeah,
Alan Tudyk is a national treasure, goddammit.
Which nation?
Hey, you know what? Every nation. He's a global treasure.
Global treasure.
Oh, I see. I've got a problem here. I've plugged in my laptop, but the thing I plugged it into is not plugged in. You can see why there might be a bit of a problem with that. Here we go. No. Use Google. Molly says she says you're about to get Brian put on a list.
What the? Right. Yeah, why are you telling me to look this up?
To me, you know what? He's using my computers to do it, so maybe don't.
Yeah.
Let's see. Noel says Ron Darnell Jackson, big deal from RDJ.
Ron Darnell Jackson.
Action Figure Expert says, okay, here's the situation. My parents went away on a week's vacation. They left the keys to the brand new Porsche. Well, they mine? Well, of course not. I'll just take it for a little spin and maybe show it off to a couple of friends. I'll just cruise it around the neighborhood. Maybe I shouldn't. Yeah, of course I should. Sorry, I'm a big Will Smith fan. Also, that's a great bit on Parks and Rec. It is absolutely my favorite bit on Parks and Rec.
Oh, it's hilarious. There's a lot of good bits. And that's your favorite.
Mitch Ward says, I'm literally asking every show I can find, do you happen to have any Tron comics or Sailor Moon? My kids are asking me to find them. So, Mitch Ward, thanks for stopping by. Tron, I don't know. I could probably take a look. I know I don't have any on hand, but I currently have up another window on my laptop. And let me see if I can get in some Tron books for you. If not, the other one that I've immediately forgotten should be available. Tron comics. What was the other thing? Oh, I actually typed the word comics. Tron. Just Tron. Let's see. I was in a club one Friday. A lovely lady comes walking my way. She walks up and she says hello. I said hi. My name's Joe. I was lying. So is she. She said her name was Donnie, but her shirt said Marie. She said, you'll get to know me and never forget me. I said, why? Then she bit me. Trapped in the digital realm. Master control program. Okay, so, Mitch, Tron number 2 and number 3 from 2006 and 2007 still seem to be available. So, there's also a couple of action figures that are still available. Tron number 1 is not available, but I could get you 2 and 3. And then what was the other question? The other one was, Sailor Moon. Yeah, there's some Sailor Moon manga I can get in for you as well. So hit me up. Let me know which ones you want. Noel says, search NYX underage male gaze. Seems legit.
Let me know what that turns up, Noel.
Yeah. Gross. All right. So did I do all the comic?
I believe that's all the DC ones.
That's bullshit, Brian. You're wrong.
I believed it.
Yeah. I also have Harley Quinn trade paperback Hollywood or Die, which is by Sam Humphries, Sami Basri, Abel, and Hi-Fi. And I kind of like the back cover of this. She looks sad. She's in black and white. Everyone else is in color. She looks a little downtrodden.
Oh, yeah. That's a very interesting... you see... it's a cool but frequently used kind of thing where people do black and white, black and white one color. Mm-hmm. This you don't see, and it's a really interesting emotional vibe. Agreed.
Yeah. And this cover is also by Gilliam March, who you just saw as the cover artist for Joker number 2.
Oh, and JD, you said you hadn't read Wonder Woman yet. I wanted to say I did read the first issue, and I really liked it. Cool Wonder Woman spin.
Nice.
Yeah.
You know what I started reading?
Yeah, what was it?
Mike.
Huge box here.
Huge box. That is a tiny box. Oh. That's a tiny envelope. Thank you, brother. He was putting us on. Let's see. What was it? Oh, Wonder Woman. I started reading the Wonder Woman by Gail Simone omnibus.
Oh, yeah. She's always great.
Yeah.
Gail Simone.
Yeah, and it was drawn by Terry and Rachel Dodson.
Oh, cool.
Yeah, good stuff. May I have whatever that giant box is?
Open it. Here, it's like Superman's key to his fortress.
Huge. I'm amazed that I can open it or lift it.
You haven't opened it yet, JD.
That's true. I'm lifting it.
You are.
Let's see. Hey, you like Will Smith, huh? You think Ellie and him back in the day? You think Ellie and him back in the day? They are about the same age. I'm sorry, Action Figure Expert. Retype that one.
Yeah, who are you talking? Who are you wondering if knew him?
Yeah,
somebody from around here.
Rich says, "Will do. Thank you. Apologies. Currently deployed. Oh, apologies. currently deployed, so trying to get my kids some things. Yeah, man, I can definitely get you some Sailor Moon manga. There's some really nice reprints that they've just done recently. And Kevin Brown says, honest question, is it male gazy if the woman is holding a knife menacingly? Yes, it's still male gazy. If you're drawing her in a over-sexualized manner, I would say it's still male gazy. Because I'll tell you, a partially clothed girl with a knife is still hot to some people.
Varies person to person.
Yeah.
And
as a lover of horror films and revenge films, a woman getting revenge, it's hot.
Interesting.
So the giant box that was just delivered in the envelope was a Rancid pop socket.
It's Rancid, is it?
It's Rancid.
Oh my god.
It's one of my favorite bands.
Huh.
It's one of my favorite albums, and Out Come the Wolves from the 90s. And I can take selfies. Oh my gosh. Note to self, never make that sound again. To some people, nice save, says Noel. Kevin Brown says, "All right." What is that? What does "all right" mean? It's not all right. It's all right. All right.
Is there an apostrophe?
No, just all right.
All right.
Yeah, there's like Spit on My Grave, right? Which is a rape revenge film from the 70s. And Spit on Your Grave, Spit on My Grave, what'd I say? Spit on Your Grave.
You said
I Spit on Your Grave is the name of the film.
Okay.
And it is it's a horrible experience to watch for the first half of it because it's this woman being assaulted multiple times in the woods. But then the last half of the movie is her getting horrible, horrible revenge on men. They did a remake of it, but that is still a very male gazy film. The cover of it is literally just the butt of the woman holding a knife. So
should it not be redefined as, or could it not be redefined, not as male gazy, but attracted to
female gazy? I mean, you would say sexualized.
Sexualized,
right? Overly sexualized.
That makes more sense.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Honestly, having a pop socket has saved my life in these times of COVID. Oh, I'm sorry. I think I meant you think Len will know Will Smith. Lenny Leonard. Of course Len knows Will Smith. You kidding me?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. All right. Let's see. Oh, the other thing that I didn't quite get to. Official Metropolis edition from DC, Superman, Amazing World of, special bonus, giant poster map of Krypton.
I think it's usually read Amazing World of Superman.
I think the title is Superman of Amazing World, special bonus, giant poster map of Krypton, end quote, official Metropolis edition DC.
Cool.
That's the title of the book.
How does this vary from the non-Metropolis edition?
I don't know. On the back it says, and this is a big boy. It's a big book.
This is a reprint of a very classic, I think, Treasury edition.
Yep.
From back in the day, like probably 70s or early 80s.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Originally published to promote Superman Land.
Superman Land?
Superman Land.
Superman Land? Where was this?
Well, I'll tell you, it was an amazing new theme park in Superman's hometown of Metropolis, Illinois.
I wondered if it was going to be in Metropolis, Illinois. You know about Metropolis, Illinois,
I do.
Right? Yeah.
The amazing world of Superman is all that remains of the lofty dream after the 1973 oil crisis dashed the hopes of Metropolis, DC Comics, and Superman fans alike. Printed here in its original trim size as a beautiful hardcover facsimile, this book collects stories from throughout Superman's history, including his first meeting with President Kennedy, along with a feature on the Superman Broadway musical, a look at how a comic book is created, and a Superman photo album. This is dope. I wish it was. Are you gonna open this?
Yeah.
Are you gonna open it now?
I am.
He's gonna open it now. I want to see it
right now. Here it comes.
Let's see. In a way, it is not that bad to draw underage girls. in covers like that because they are trying to catch a teenager's point of view, not always an adult. I will maintain that in this specific instance, a grown man drawing an underage girl in her underwear on the cover of a comic book, not my favorite thing.
Not your favorite one?
Not my favorite thing. I have a window open to the Simpsons Adidas stuff and so close to, right? The squishy hoodie. I almost got the squishy hoodie too, but I was like, you know what? I always wanted like an Adidas jacket. I always like Run DMC and shit. And I was always like, I never got an Adidas jacket. I don't know why I'm gyrating like this.
Is that how they gyrated?
That's not at all how they gyrated.
Was that how you attempt to gyrate? Like
Yes.
they gyrated?
Ah, so that's weird. It's black and white,
Yeah, no,
eh?
it's a little disappointing.
This is very disappointing.
Yeah.
I wish you didn't open this.
Yeah.
I'm kidding. This is still cool.
Yeah, it is cool.
It's a bygone era. Ooh,
Yeah.
He's all tied up.
Oh no, Superman?
Superman. Spoiler alert.
Ah.
In a classic Betty Page bondage panel.
Was Betty Page involved in a lot of bondage books?
Yes.
Really?
Yeah, she was drawn. Betty Page was drawn in a lot of photo shoots
Oh, I see.
in bondage.
Oh.
How cool. You get to see all of the old processes
That is cool.
of
Speaking
creating
bondage
comic
in
books.
comics.
Yeah.
I once saw Carmine Infantino speak in person, and the legendary Carmine Infantino. And what do you got there? What are you showing?
Well, that's his parents putting him in the ship to send him to
Looks
Earth.
like Kurt Swan.
This is
Yeah.
This is Kurt Swan.
Um,
Oh, and it's this is back when he was Superboy.
Cool.
Oh, I got a soft spot for the Superboy stuff. Go ahead.
You don't see Kurt Swan doing the origin very often either, like Jor-El and Lara.
Yeah.
Lara. So anyway, he said William Moulton Marsden, the co-creator or the main creator of Wonder Woman, was very sexually forward for his time and also into bondage.
Well, yeah, he also had like 2 girlfriends. He was in a polyamorous relationship, right?
Yeah, I don't even know that I would say he had 2 girlfriends so much as like they were in a 3-way relationship. They stayed together
Yes.
after he died.
It was a triplet. It was a
Yeah.
triplet. It's a thruple. A thruple. That's it. A thruple.
Ooh, that's awesome. Ooh, a map of Krypton. That's
He said,
cool.
here it is. Your bonus supersized map of Krypton. It may be detached and framed as your own personal souvenir. Thank you.
That way you knew
Thank you,
what
paper.
it was and what you could do with it. But it's in color. As opposed
Yeah,
to,
that's pretty cool.
Oh, so anyway, so William Moulton Marsden, one of the 2 of those people gave Carmine Infantino this book full of ideas.
Uh-huh.
And he was like, okay, we'll do it. And he got the idea for Batman tied up on these railroad tracks with Catwoman and Batgirl dancing around him. And he said, we did this. It's a famous cover. And he was like, the sales were through the roof. And I was like, scared of this notebook. And I put it away and I never opened it up again.
Oh, that's funny.
I don't know why he didn't do more bondage covers. But yeah, apparently very popular. That and talking monkeys.
Oh.
Always, whenever they put a talking monkey on the cover, sales would skyrocket.
Nice.
Yeah.
Let's see. Kevin Brown's it's still gross, says Molly. Oh, here we go. I'm sorry. I'm missing some comments here. I have a window open. Okay. No, buy it.
What's he doing?
The squishy hoodie. You know the squishy from Simpsons.
Yes, I know it.
There is an Adidas hoodie that has a squishy that is on its side and like is pouring out.
Okay.
And that's all it is.
I like that.
It's a cool hoodie.
That's cool.
Molly says, it's still male gazy because it's specifically identifying ladies as sexual objects in a way that is male based because it's coming from the dominant culture / oppressive group of people, i.e. the patriarchy, says Molly. That was a much better answer than mine, which was like, I didn't like it. Kevin says, I politely disagree. That's cool. Speaking of Superman, do you hear about the action hummus? Oh, action
hummus.
I want some action. Superman flavored action hummus. Number 1.
It's like his supermobile.
Yeah. That sold over $3 million. I wonder who purchased it. I don't know, but I just found out in that same article, I think someone underneath had posted that Eminem has millions of dollars in his comic book collection. He's a big comic book collector. I had no idea. I've been an Eminem fan for decades, and I had no idea that he was a big comic book guy.
How about that?
Other than occasionally he would reference comics characters.
You know, I heard that when he is
thinking of how his like the story in his raps will go, he often thinks of how a Looney Tunes character would get through this situation and like adapts that to his like description of what he does.
Oh, that's neat.
Yeah, like two broken legs trying to walk it off.
Yeah.
Like that kind of thing.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
I know that Noel says, you know who's a great Superboy?
Who is it?
Teenage John Kent.
What?
Ah, he brought it back around.
Shouldn't it be super teen?
Right? Super tween.
Super adolescent.
Super. All right, so from Diamond Comics, check out this bad mama jama.
I'll check it out.
The Alex Ross Marvel Comics poster book, nice and glossy, 35 removable, frameable prints, plus pull-out poster. So this is pretty cool. I like that big pull-out poster. I wonder how big that pull-out poster folds out to be. Yeah.
Can you pull it out without?
That's what I'm checking.
Yeah.
Ooh.
It looks. He's doing it.
I'm gonna need Brian's help.
All right.
You hold that.
Okay.
We will gingerly show you.
Whoa.
Oh.
That is awesome. Oh, look, Jessica Drew, a much later character than he often draws, you know?
Yeah.
This is
his
cool.
Silver Surfer looks nice and metally.
Phenomenal. Good Reed Richards and Sue Storm, too.
Yeah. This is cool.
This is very cool, yeah.
Oh, he does metal so great. Colossus.
Yeah.
His ice not so good.
Yeah, that barely looks painted, actually.
Yeah, this looks pretty cool though.
Yeah, this is great.
All right. Thank you, brother.
You got it.
Good,
Cool.
gentle. There we go.
Ginger.
Done. Okay. Justin says, "Oh man, when I was a kid, I totally had a similar book of Jim Lee's covers. That's cool."
Oh yeah.
Noel says, "Both of you pull and make a wish." All right, next up, we got Diamond Comics. Oh, you know what? I'm going to skip a little bit. Because y'all need to jump on this shit with the quickness. If you have not read Invincible, this is one of my all-time favorite superhero long-running series from Image Comics, from creator Johnny something stuff. What is it? What's his name? Robert Kirkman from The Walking Dead. There's a brand new cartoon series, a very adult cartoon series on Amazon Prime. This is the first of 3 compendiums. The entire series is 3 big old compendiums. And each one of these has 48 issues. And I cannot recommend this highly enough. It's its own superhero universe unto itself. It's very bloody. It's very, what's the word I'm looking for? Earnest. It's sort of, it spins the dial between earnest and it's just a bloodbath. And Ryan Otley, the longtime artist on this, draws some of my favorite gore.
Wow.
His blood is so glistening, and he's so good. I love it. Anyway, highly recommend it. If you haven't started it, you should. And then, if you're not into reading comic books, just watch the show. The show's great too, but read the comic book.
Hey,
Okay.
JD, since you're skipping around a little, you just heard that Alex Ross thing. I got another classic Marvel thing that directly to your
this was the first thing I was going to show you, and I forgot about it. Thank you, Brian.
You got it.
All right.
This thing is cool.
This thing is cool.
These things are cool, I should say.
All right, here we go.
There it is. Here comes Galactus.
There he is. Look at him. And look, it comes with a little Silver Surfer. He's so cute, and you can put him in his hand.
Yes.
The power of the sun in the palm of my hand.
What's that?
That's from Spider-Man 2.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, and eventually there will be the rest of well, not the rest, but the FF.
Yeah.
Also, I think Galactus empowered Surfer originally in the palm of his hand, right? Like, that's how he gives people the power cosmic.
Skadoosh, right?
Yeah, just like in the palm of the hand. Yeah.
Oh, man, this is
cool.
I love this. I got 3 of these. One of them is already prepaid for. Someone called me like 2 months ago.
Yeah, really?
And they prepaid. They pre-ordered it.
How much is that, JD?
I don't know.
Oh, I see. They just said, take my credit card number, whatever it is.
Here, I'm going to look on is this the thing?
That's a thing.
No,
Oh, no, that's
the invoice.
That's in the box.
Where's the invoice, Brian?
It's in the box.
Well, I'll tell you, it's in the box.
Yeah.
Let's see.
Nothing
What is this
after
under?
this.
Is this under Marvel? Is it under Pop Vinyl? Is it under
I think it's under Pop
Vinyl? Is it under Marvel? Is it under Galactus? So many options, and I
Silver
don't.
Surfer, Galactus with.
Dead air. As I'm reading,
Yeah. Do you want me to hum something?
just hum a thing.
Uh,
Hum an actual song, maybe.
No, I like tones.
Here we go. Pop Jumbo Marvel Galactus 10-inch figure metallic version. It is $45.99.
Ooh, I was expecting 60, to be honest with you.
Well, you're wrong.
Well, I was expecting it.
Noel expected $34.99.
Ooh. Well,
Let's
he went
see.
the closest without going over it. Noel wins one of these
Yeah.
Galactus.
Whoever gets Hulk on their piece gets a win. Ew.
On our piece?
Alex Ross says Kevin. No, Jesus. Kevin Brown says Alex Ross always dope.
Yes.
Justin says drink every time says drink every time JD says compendium. Now you got to drink again.
Yeah.
Hold on.
We can make this. We can get real crazy with this.
I mean, since I'm done talking about that specific thing, I think I'm good.
Who knows how many other compendia are waiting to be spoken of?
Okay. Seconded, I've been an evangelist for Invincible for decades now. Nice. Is there a difference between damn it, compendium
Uh-huh.
and omnibus?
Yes.
That's a great question, action figure expert. I don't have an answer for it.
My assumption would be, in this case, these are like marketing and publishing term differences, right? Like, if I were to define them, omnibus is everything, but that's not how it is with, there's like Omnibus Volume 3.
Yeah.
It's like, well, it's not really an omnibus, but in a compendium, I get the sense is just as smaller. Like, I think the Invincible compendium is smaller than the Invincible omnibus, but I don't, it's just whatever they decided.
There isn't an Invincible omnibus.
Oh, there isn't?
Doesn't exist.
Maybe I'm thinking of something else. Well, and it's significantly larger than the non-existent. Yeah,
There's
so
like deluxe editions.
Oh, that's
There's
what
compendiums,
there you go.
and there's another thing.
Okay.
Uh,
Whatever came in last week, I think, or something.
yeah.
I don't know. This is bigger.
Noel says Jeebus, he's humming a theremin.
A theremin?
A theremin? What's a
Yeah.
theremin?
That's the way they make ghost noises. It's like it's a metal. It's a ring around an electric thing. I saw one of the Radiohead
yeah.
guys play it once in person.
You guys are smarter than me. Noel says hardcover and oversized omnibus. Compendium, standard size, more often, soft cover.
There we go. Which this fits that description.
And Noel says that's nomenclature. I imagine he's saying it like, that's nomenclature.
I hope Cartoon Circle is closing in around it right now. And then
Nomenclature. He hates us so much. Here's the thing about Noel.
Here's the thing.
He hates when we interact with each other in front of him.
Doesn't like it.
He sometimes he walks away.
He does.
But then he tunes in for this.
He does.
Maybe he just like turns it down.
No, I think he's just remembering the old days when I wasn't here.
All right, the DC or the Diamond Comics, the order. Hey, Brian, can I give that to you?
You can.
Thank you.
All right. I'll just throw it in the street.
Yep. The Amazing Spider-Man number 61 reprint. Got one of those. That's where we see Spider-Man's new costume, new job, new Spider era begins here. America Chavez, Made in the USA, number 1 reprint. This series is off to a great start. I'm enjoying it. Children of the Atom from the X-Men stable of Marvel Comics, number 1, another reprint, where we see this dope-ass, I don't know her name yet, but I just love this new version of Gambit. Dang.
With the pins.
I don't know if it's still what they're called, but I do remember a song that was Rough and Tough with My Afro Puffs. And those are the Afro Puffs in question. I don't know if that's still allowed, but we did it.
I mean, if
Silk.
that's the thing that it's called.
Well, it was called.
It was called.
Not sure if it's still called that.
I understand.
This is back in the 90s.
Oh.
Silk, number 1. Another series that I'm really enjoying is off to a good start. She is another spider person. This is written by Maureen Gu and art by Takeshi Miyazawa, who I really like. I really like Takeshi's art. So yeah, I ordered reprints of all of these books because I enjoyed them and I hoped you would enjoy them as well. We shall see. All right, next up, what's actually coming out this week that are not reprints, the Autumnal.
Autumnal.
See, now you're effing me up. I was saying autumnal.
Good.
And then I was told that it's pronounced autumnal.
Who told you that?
Several people.
I have always said autumnal personally, but
Yeah, but you also used to say
Magneto.
Magneto.
That was
So
when I was 8.
just
but-
saying.
but-
I'm just saying.
That being said, a lot of words I got from reading. I've
Same.
never heard anybody say them.
Same.
So,
Doppelganger.
Would you say doppelganger?
No, I mean I said it right, but like that's a word I only knew from reading comics.
Oh, right.
Symbiote.
Oh, yeah.
Usually Spider-Man related things.
Doppelgangers. Well,
Paste
that was the
Pot
Marvel
Pete.
Universe.
I never heard a single person say Paste Pot Pete. I just learned that phrase from comic books. I still have no good use for it.
Well, what if a guy named Pete comes by with
Hey,
space
what's up? There's Space Pot Pete. Black Cat number 5. This is another really good Marvel series. You know, there's people online and they hem and haw about Marvel and they're like, nah, Marvel, nah, they ruined comics and there's nothing, everything from Marvel is trash and all the art is trash and blah, blah, blah. That is not the case, y'all. I'm really enjoying Black Cat. I enjoy a lot of Marvel comics. And this is from Jed McKay. This is The Gilded City, Part 1. It is a new jumping on point if you want to try out the Black Cat, Spider-Man's ex-GF. The interesting thing about Black Cat and Peter, Spider-Man, is it was the first time I ever saw a woman in a relationship with a superhero who was like, don't take off the mask. You're hideous. Peter Parker, you're ugly.
Oh,
And I'm only attracted to you with your mask on.
that sucks.
Yeah.
I didn't know.
But I was like, oh, I've never seen that before.
I mean, and also if he's into it, it's fine. But
I think it hurt his feelings a little bit.
probably.
Yeah,
I would
imagine.
assume.
Like, she would call him straight up Uck.
How could it not? Oh, by the way, JD, I looked it up, and autumnal does seem to be the accepted pronunciation at this time in English history. Yes.
Molly says, I say autumnal.
Great.
Oh, let's see. I got to go back. That's nomenclature. The OG Star Trek theme was on a theremin. Oh, nice, Kevin Brown. Oh, I forgot. I can show you the comments on the screen. I forgot we could do that. If you look up the actual definitions, then they may not match.
That's true, but I don't know what it applies to.
Yeah. He says, nope, I'm still fuming. I just want to pad my friend's streams. Oh, thanks, Noel. Mimic, I think that is her name, something like that. Oh,
Wait, in Children of the Atom?
the Mimic.
Oh, that further supports my theory of what her deal is in that team. Like,
Oh, Noel says autumnal. Weren't you the one telling me it was autumnal?
no, I would never say that.
No, would never. So many kinks discussed today, says Kevin Brown.
Maybe more than we realize. We don't know what Kevin's
yeah,
into.
That's true. Black Hammer Visions, number 3, which is a mini series from Black Hammer, obviously. But the cool thing is that each issue is a different story from a different creative team. This one from Chip Zdarsky and Johnny Christmas. All right. Kanto and the City of Giants. I have little to no idea, more on the no idea what this book is, but this is a number 1 of an ongoing bunch of miniseries called Kanto.
I feel like I've seen that character around, like this little knight type guy.
Yeah.
But I don't know where I've seen him.
I was going to make a joke about how Alex only likes me with my mask, but it would be a lie. He loves me, and it's just that I like my mask hides my face, says Molly. Noel says, for the record, I don't hate you too. I just hate that we sometimes can't have a conversation without 45 minutes of non sequitur diversions. They're not non sequiturs, are they?
But they're
They're related to what we're saying.
Yeah. You just don't like the way that they're related.
Yeah.
Which
see,
is fair.
see the fact that we just picked that apart. He hated that.
Oh yeah,
Chained to the Grave, number 2. But we love him. That's the thing.
that's true.
It makes me sad because that's a cool back cover. That's kind of
Well, sometimes you're just trying to get through a sentence, you know.
yeah. Noel's just trying to get through a sentence, and we will not let him. Children of the Atom, number 2. Remember I said earlier I had issue number 1. The second issue comes out this week from Vita Ayala and Bernard Chang.
So is this one of the kinks that Kevin Brown?
Is this?
Which kinks was he
I
talking
don't know. He was
like,
talking
he,
about.
like painted artwork? Is that his
I don't
thing?
know what the other kinks he was referencing were. Daredevil, number 29 from Chip Zdarsky and Marco Cicchetto, another one of my favorite modern Marvel artists. He is great.
And in a pretty cool, last I checked in, Daredevil arc.
Yeah.
Yeah.
This Daredevil arc has been a lot of fun, where I guess it's not a spoiler anymore. Elektra has taken over as Daredevil for Matt Murdock, who is now rotting in prison. I'm sorry, rotting.
Also, whether or not it's a spoiler depends more on the listener than you.
Well, I mean that it's directly on the cover of the book.
Oh, I gotcha. Yeah.
So I don't think it's a spoiler.
Yeah.
This is a 30th celebrating 30 years with creators of the past, present, and future.
We think.
Dark Hawk, Heart of the Hawk, one shot. This is for fans of Dark Hawk, which I am not.
I am. I always thought Darkhawk was cool. And when I saw that, I was like, "Oh, if this is new stuff, I might get it." You know, if
It is.
It's new,
It is new. Well, and it's past, present, and future.
right? But
So-
they did it in the present.
Yes.
Okay. Yeah,
Yes.
I always thought Darkhawk was cool. He's like a space kind of cat. He's doing little hawk.
Now, do
Yeah.
you suppose that the Image comic by Alan Silvestri,
Oh, the one that's like Darkhawk, but slightly different.
but murderous? What was his
Yeah,
name?
Shadowhawk.
Shadowhawk.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't know. I never read Shadowhawk.
I never realized that was pretty much this guy.
Is it? I don't.
The outfit.
Well, outfit. Yeah.
Yeah, and his whole thing was he would break people's spines,
Oh, really?
And
Why do they
leave
call
them-
him the spine breaker.
right?
Yeah.
Maybe it was already taken.
Why didn't he break that guy's spine?
And take his name. Fantastic Four, the world's greatest comic magazine, number 30 from Dan Slott and Zay Carlos. That's kind of a nice art to it as well.
Is it a King in Black?
It looks a little bit like Valerio Sheedy. And this is a King in Black tie-in. Thank you for bringing that up, Brian.
You got it.
It is a good tie-in, Brian.
Thank you. I'm very good at linking different concepts.
Just by existing.
Yeah.
There is a variant cover.
It's a cool variant. Everyone is the man thing.
Oh, that's that what I'm looking at.
Yeah.
Thank you. I did not. This is a Man Thing variant where all of the Fantastic Four are Man Thing.
I believe on the sort of official listing, it's called the Thing variant,
Oh,
which
Thing
is
Thing. That's cute.
unusual. I guess are they doing Man Thing variants?
Yes.
Across the line.
Across the board.
Oh.
Every big book has a Man Thing variant.
Oh.
Whether or not people want it, I don't know.
Yeah. Well, I mean, Man Thing is one of the Marvel's most popular characters. It's who doesn't know, love, and talk about
Man Thing on a daily basis.
Exactly. I mean, the fact that he has not been in the Marvel Cinematic Universe yet is like, how does it keep going?
Yeah.
Yeah. Give us our Man Thing. That's what they say.
Let's see. I'm going to go read some of these comments.
I hope they're about Man Thing.
Oh, Noel says, sorry, semantical bullshit. He's replacing, I think, 45 minutes of non sequitur diversions with the phrase semantical bullshit.
Is that one word?
No, 2 words.
Oh.
Noel says, also, I hate you, exclamation point. Why am I here? Exclamation point, not question mark.
Why am I here?
Flips table. And Action Figure Expert says, I'm Chucky, want to play? Friends to the end. Masks on and women with knives. Oh, masks
those are the
on,
kinks.
women with knives are the kinks.
This is what Kevin Brown is turned on.
Swing with me says, yo, JD, blam, what's up? Swing with me. Dark Hawk is awesome, especially in Avengers. Oh, you know what? Noel's right.
What is it? Oh, Noel's into Dark Hawk?
Dark Hawk was awesome, especially in Avengers Arena. Avengers Arena was great.
Well, I didn't read that one.
Oh, you should read it. Did you ever see the movie Battle Royale?
No, but I'm aware of its existence.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I liked it so much, I read the novel and the manga and saw the movie. And then Marvel did Avengers Arena, which was 100%. What if we had teenage sidekicks in Battle Royale style situation where a bunch of kids are kidnapped and forced to kill each other on an island? Yeah, Avengers Arena. Very, very great series. There was a follow-up called Avengers Underground, which was just fine.
Darkhawk was also in the one of the later Annihilation books.
Oh.
It might have been, which was just, I mean, maybe a little bit better than fine, but not as good as the earlier ones. But his part was pretty cool in it, which I think it was Reign of Kings or one of those.
War of Kings?
War of Kings. No, it was before. It was
The Reign of Wars.
the War of Reigns.
The War of Reigns.
Different thunderstorms
Yes.
fought each other.
Yeah.
No, it was with Black Bolt, and they were out in space. They were like the king of the galactic Inhumans. And
I'm bored by everything you're saying.
who is it, Noel?
No, you. Me.
You are bored by
I
what I'm
don't
saying.
I don't care about
You don't like
that
cosmic.
time period of cosmic
Yeah.
Marvel.
Oh.
I like current cosmic Marvel.
Oh, do you?
Yeah,
Oh,
like the
okay,
Donny
good.
Cates, like this, like
Yeah.
Jason Aaron and
Yeah.
Donny Cates, what they've been doing
Right.
with, and also Brian Michael Bendis with the Guardians and Jerry Duggan with the Guardians.
Mhm.
That stuff I'm now enjoying.
The Guardians that you're about to get to looks like a pretty cool team.
I'm excited for that.
Yeah.
Let's see. He was also rad in Jerry Duggan's Guardians of the Galaxy.
There we go.
Swing with Me says, is Ryan Sir Chats-a-Lot? Is Ryan
Mm-hmm.
Sir? Is there a Ryan here? Who's Ryan?
Well, it's probably me with the misspelling.
Oh,
My
Brian.
name is very similar.
His
to
name
that.
is Brian, and he is Sir Chats-a-Lot.
Oh, it's one of my many titles.
Oh, Noel says, don't forget to show your who's who.
Yeah,
It sounds
yeah.
dirtier than it is.
Turn around and
Oh,
get
who wants to see my who's who?
it out for us.
DC Who's Who Omnibus Volume 1.
Ooh.
Ooh.
Omnibus.
This is
Volume
an
one.
omnibus, not a compendium.
No,
So drink. But how cool is this?
very.
This is Bronze Age, yes?
No, this
Silver?
was. So here's the thing. This was done right before Crisis on Infinite Earths, and it covers everything before this. So there's like Golden Age and Modern Age Superman, or Silver Age.
Yeah.
So it was done in like 1983 or 4. So yes, it is Bronze Age, but it also shows
Is
the
golden
other-
and silver?
Well, golden but in continuity. So they don't call him. They might call him Earth 2 Superman, not Golden Age Superman. But yeah, just an article that I think Len, our co-podcaster on Spoiler Alert, sent
Live
to
at
us.
10:30 on Sundays.
There it is. He also does the Black Tribbles podcast.
Live Thursday nights at 9 p.m.
There you go. And heading up on the Guinness Book of World Records.
A book.
Longest ever podcast.
Oh,
anyway.
that's right, yeah.
He sent us this thing, this article where he said he got the Golden Age Superman is drawn by Wayne Boring in this for the final time. Oh, Len, JD. Wayne Boring is one of the, right before Kurt Swan, the definitive.
I know that name.
You would know his art if you saw it.
Okay.
Like you'd say, oh, that's the guy that did most of the Golden Age Superman.
I say, yeah.
He was part of Joe Shuster Studios.
Oh.
So anyway, the final time apparently that he drew Superman is here, and then Kurt Swan drew Superman, and John Byrne inked him for sort of a Superman artist, gold and silver and modern
That's
age
cool.
kind of thing. So that was the Earth 2 and then the Earth 1.
I'm getting a call from my mother.
Oh.
I'm going to put her on speakerphone. Hi, Mom. I'm doing my live broadcast. How can we help you? Oh, she hung up.
It was a prank call.
It was my mom's always prank calling me. Also, the strange thing about this is that for some reason the ends of the paper are yellow. They're like golden, not golden.
If I'm remembering the layout correctly, it's full bleed, and the upper right
Is in yellow.
yellow.
There it is. Thank you. So anyway, this is dope as hell. If you're like a classic DC old head,
It's cool. You can see right on the cover. There's the two Batman are on the cover.
Two Batman.
Yeah, and I think that was the cover for like the B issue. It was like BA through B. They did it like a dictionary, BA through B, whatever.
Oh, I love it.
Yeah. Oh, me too.
You mean encyclopedia?
I mean, dictionaries are also like that, but yes, like I do mean like an encyclopedia.
I see why Noel wants to run away. I'm just kidding.
But
let's see.
You're in the middle of a live stream.
Even the cover of AA was fashioned after the movie poster of Battle Royale. Avengers, yes.
Oh, yeah.
I have the novel Battle Royale. Oop, I scrolled too far. I'm sorry.
Was Hunger Games the one that people were like, this is Battle Royale?
Yes, Hunger Games. When we saw the trailer for Hunger Games, we were like, yeah, that's Battle Royale, dog.
Gotcha.
I have the novel Battle Royale, and I consistently get 2 chapters in, ...
And presumably
that was the end of the sentence.
Yeah.
That FF cover reminds me of the What If comic of what if the Fantastic
Yes.
Four all had the same powers.
Yes.
When they get to everyone having Ben Grimm's power, Sue Storm looks like Man-Thing.
Yes.
Well
she
done,
does.
Justin
I
Agnew.
forgot about that part. Oh, that was like What If number 2 or something. It was
Oh,
early
yeah?
on. That was a cool issue of 4 different stories.
We're going to discuss What If in just a little bit.
Ooh.
She says I actually need to read it. You'd like Annihilation Conquest, JD.
I have said that too, but I thought you tried it and you didn't care for it.
FL meant your PP.
FL did what?
FL Noel says FL meant your PP.
What? Why did he mean that?
But the book is fine. So all the ages, but not.
What is happening? Is that a haiku?
Noel's having. He's just right. Here's the thing: is that by the time I'm on the topic I'm on now, I have completely. My brain has erased everything that just happened in order to make room. Marge, you know, every time I learn something new, I forget something old. Like that time I took that home beer making course and forgot how to drive. Homer, you were drunk. And how?
Oh, that show.
Swing with Me says CTFUU. Can't the furry university universe? What is CTFUU? Cut the fudging umbilical you.
Wait, CTFUU?
CTFUU.
I mean, there's STFU.
Just shut the fuck up.
Yeah. And maybe this is related,
I imagine,
accidentally or intentionally to that.
I'm going to assume it means something along the lines of I am very handsome and charming.
The typer or you, JD?
Both.
Yeah, probably it's a reflective compliment where it applies to both people.
Let's see. His voice sounds like a narrator. He must be talking about.
Who said that?
Swing with Me.
Oh, thank you, sir.
Kevin Brown says Baba Booey.
Nice.
Say Baba Booey.
Baba Booey.
Thank you.
Swing with Me, I believe, was dropped by for the Spoiler Alert podcast. This past week.
Yeah, Swing with Me sounds familiar.
Excellent.
I remember Swing with Me.
Yeah.
Alexander says, hello, I am Robato's friend, Alexander Babbage.
Domo arigato, Alexander Babbage.
Babicz.
Okay.
How do you say that?
Babbage. No, seriously.
Is it bad? I was right?
Yeah.
Oh.
It's a Polish pronunciation.
Oh, he's a real bad bitch. Kay Holden says, hi there. That's my mom, everybody. Hi.
Hey.
Mom, I had you live on the show and you hung up. Alexander says, classic DC is awesome. Way better than the New 52 and DC Rebirth. I think both have their peaks and valleys.
True,
I do know that his friend Roboto adamantly, vehemently angry at Doomsday Clock.
Really?
Really angry. He always mentions Doomsday Clock, no matter what the conversation is.
Well,
Happy Halloween. I hate Doomsday Clock.
Huh.
Yeah.
How about that? But Alexander, you might be interested in what DC is doing right now. I feel a lot the same way. I like classic DC, and I was excited about New 52 when it started, but it didn't really do it for me. Rebirth moved it a little closer to what I wanted, but they've just started Infinite Frontier. So whole continuity reset. The stuff from pre-New 52 once again happened, and more as far as what's coming out now and the quality of the stories. I've been really happy with what they're choosing to do and the way that they're doing it. Just very core, cool DC.
I would say, I backed it up by saying Nightwing right now is good Nightwing. Flash is good Wally West Flash.
Yeah.
What else did I...
Green
I liked
Lantern?
Green Lantern.
And how'd you feel about Justice League? I really liked it.
It was fine.
Yeah, I mean, it was definitely a beginning of something.
Yes.
You know what I mean?
It hasn't grabbed me in.
But Bendis does that a lot. He'll kind of lay some groundwork and then get you.
Swing with Me says, yo, Brian, can you read comics while I dig in the boxes on the floor?
Yes.
I guess he's just asking for a hangout.
That sounds good.
That sounds nice. That sounds like a good hangout.
Yeah.
Alexander Babish says, I actually liked Geiger. The reason why I read it was because I was afraid of the fact that it might ruin Image Comics, but Geiger was surprisingly good. I am excited for issue 2. Alexander and Roboto say similar things in that they'll take a book they don't like, Doomsday Clock, and say it has ruined DC Comics.
Right.
And if he was afraid that if he didn't like Geiger, it would ruin Image Comics as a whole,
Well,
which is strange to me because Image Comics is a loosely bound together pantheon of different creators creating vastly different stories, none of which connect, or very few of which connect. So it's not like there's an Image universe.
They're just a publisher.
They're a publisher.
Like if you don't like one book,
Yeah.
it's a romance novel. The Penguin Publishing is done.
Yeah.
You're done.
Oh, I don't like the Roseanne show, so I no longer watch that entire news
ABC
network. That
is
entire
done.
network, yeah.
Yeah.
I wasn't sure which it was. Is it ABC?
I mean, I took a guess, but I think so.
It might be NBC.
I mean, I know that it might be a
Probably
different channel.
it's Cartoon Network. Let's see. Flashpoint. Jeff Johns is back. Noel says cracking the fuck up. Brian. Noel says love Doomsday Clock. See, Alexander, I hate Doomsday Clock.
Huh.
Infinite Frontier is a continuity unreset. Doomsday Clock is still canon, so no, I will not read Infinite. Listen, my dude, Alexander, if whether or not Doomsday Clock happened, it doesn't matter. It doesn't affect anything about Infinite Frontier. Nothing in Infinite Frontier is referencing anything that happened in Doomsday Clock.
And to be honest,
What?
it may or may not still be canon.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah, no one seems to be referencing Doomsday Clock in the slightest.
Yeah. And even the way Doomsday Clock ended was like, there will be many cycles.
Oh.
And I don't think we're on the Doomsday Clock cycle anymore.
No, I think we've passed it.
Yeah.
I think it took too long to come out, and that time has passed us by.
Well, and they changed what they were going to do.
Yeah.
And now it's Infinite Frontier.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Noel says CTFUU is cracking the fuck up
Ah, fantastic.
with an extra U. I think it might have been because I was trying to think, what are two U's that go together?
Yeah. The BYOBB, the extra B is for bring your own barbecue. Oh, shit, now I forget. Simpsons. You remember?
Bye.
Was that extra B for Dad? That was a typo.
You
don't remember that?
I don't remember that. George R.R.
take it.
Martin's Clash of the Kings. I forgot that we're here to show the people the books. Let's do that. Grendel, Devil's Odyssey, number 5 of 8.
That
Grendel
Wagner's
is back.
always cool.
Yeah.
I always liked him.
The aforementioned Guardians of the Galaxy, number 13, with a cover by Brett Booth. Is he doing the interiors? No. Awesome. So, Guardians of the Galaxy, number 13, Legacy number 175 by Al Ewing. The art on the interior is from Juan Frigeri, and that makes me very happy because I do not like Brett Booth. Don't tell Brett. His art is not for me.
This show,
Brett, if you're watching, you're great. If you're not watching, you're not great. This is titled We're Superheroes.
That is a very cool looking team.
Yes.
There's a lot of cool people. Interesting cosmic mix. I think Super Skrull.
Well, no.
Quasar.
Wait, you mean Hulkling?
No.
There's a Super Scroll?
Wait. Oh, it's a different cover.
Oh!
There it is. So I don't know what the story is, sir.
Yeah, me neither. So this is the Brett Booth cover. There we go. It's actually pretty cool for Brett Booth. I shouldn't say stuff like that. That's mean. And then here's one by Ron Lim.
That's the team that I was excited about. I don't know, given that
If that's
they're not on the
actually-
cover. Yeah.
And then another variant cover by Rob Liefeld.
What if Rob Liefeld's watching?
Rob Liefeld, stop. If you're watching, stop. Stop watching.
Yeah, you're not gonna like what comes next.
Yeah. Extra U for emphasis.
Yeah.
What
I like
about
that.
Wally West as Dr. Manhattan in one of the variant covers? It's a variant cover,
On the
Alexander. It's a variant cover. All it did was show you all of the different versions that Wally has been.
Yeah, one of those classic sort of progression
Yeah.
of costumes and things.
Yeah, he's not Dr. Manhattan
No.
inside the comic. It's just a variant cover that shows you all the different Wally costumes throughout the ages.
Yeah.
He says, "Rip DC Comics 1938 to 2011." Get out of here. Who stops reading an entire publishing line
True.
because of us?
Yeah. Also, they were not called DC Comics in 1938.
That's true.
Yeah.
They were called
National Comics.
National.
And whoever was publishing, what was it? All American. Whoever was publishing Green Lantern and them then combined, or maybe National just bought them actually.
Let's see. There are like 30 people on this team, it seems. Justin says, "Where are the feet?" Let's see. Did Rob Liefeld draw any feet? Oh, he did, sort of. I guess you could call those feet for Rocket Raccoon.
I mean, they are feet.
What happened to Rocket's face? Oh, I hate Marvel so much. Pretty much the same way as... So you don't like DC, and you don't like Marvel, and you're afraid that if you didn't like one book from Image, you weren't going to like Image. That leaves you with maybe Boom and Dark Horse.
Aftershock's been doing some cool stuff.
Aftershock.
But it's a real risk because if any one of those publishers publishes anything...
Any book you don't like, that's it. Done.
Yeah.
Canceled.
Which is totally your call, but, you know, it might leave you missing out on some cool stuff.
I feel like some people take their comics a little too personally.
Yeah.
Right?
Okay.
I don't want to name any names.
Okay.
But if there's something I don't like from a publisher,
yeah,
I read another thing that I do like from the publisher.
That makes sense.
Right?
Yeah.
Same way if I don't like one television show, like what's the one about the made fun of comic book people?
Big Bang Theory.
Big Bang Theory. Hated that show.
Yeah.
What channel was it
on? One of the channels.
One of the channels. Yeah. I probably watched other things on that channel.
Really?
I can't promise that.
You might.
Because I don't know.
You didn't intentionally not.
Right.
Yeah.
Home from Image Comics, issue 1, from Julio Anta, Anna Weschik, Brian Valanza, and Hassan Otsami Elho. Fuck, I messed that up. I'm sorry. A lot of people is what I'm saying. So the interesting thing that happened is that Image Comics, the publisher of this book, posted an article saying, hey, this book is out. And a gentleman did the copy and paste, the usual thing where like, oh, brave and stunning. Anytime they see people who aren't white and straight, they go, brave and stunning. Which is just your usual copy and paste, like buzz phrases like SJW and cuck and soy boy, blah, blah, blah. It's people who don't like other people represented get upset.
Right.
And their way of expressing that is by saying, oh, brave and stunning.
That's a new one. I haven't heard that one.
And so I responded to him, and he responded by saying horrible things about my wife.
Oh.
So that was cool.
Yeah.
So I got to find him on LinkedIn and share all of the screenshots of the terrible, terrible things he was saying and the threats he was making to his company. Oh. So that was fun. Never had to do that before.
He made threats? That's terrible. Yeah.
I won't go into it, but it was not very nice.
Yeah.
So Home, let's see. When a young boy is torn away from his mother while seeking asylum at the U.S. border, something begins to change in him. And it isn't just the trauma, anxiety, and guilt you'd expect. He doesn't know it yet, but it's the onset of superhuman abilities that will change his life forever.
Interesting.
Yeah.
This is number 1?
This is number 1.
Very good.
And the art looks pretty cool.
It does look cool. Yeah. Very, like, well-defined.
Yeah.
You know, I like that.
I used to like Marvel Comics anymore. The MCU had an awful impact on movies and comics. Just a little hyperbolic is all I'm saying. Nothing is worth that much effort. Molly says, burn that man down. Oh my God, I'm so glad you told his company, fuck that guy. Yeah, he immediately went through because I found him on LinkedIn and I copied and pasted the thing he wrote about himself. Also, I found his Twitter in which he labeled himself as a deflowerer.
Oh.
Yeah. And he talked about my Asian wife and the things he was doing to her. And so he immediately started deleting all of the comments, but I had already screen grabbed a bunch of them. Yeah. And he was doing it to other people on the thread. So I made sure to post those publicly on his company's Facebook. Just because you shouldn't be able to do that. You shouldn't be able to say horrible things like that.
Yeah. Or, I mean, freedom of expression is important, but...
Not from repercussions.
Not from
of said expression.
Yes, exactly.
Homesick Pilots, issue 5. Punk rock band meets haunted house. Number 5. Excellent. I read the first 2 issues. I liked it, but I haven't caught up. Also, the art is really nice as well. Yeah. I like the color schemes. I like the designs. The layouts are nice. This is I think this is when it's in a trade. It's going to be real good.
Yeah. Oh, also to be clear, I did not mean that threats are covered by freedom of expression.
Oh yeah.
Yes, of
Okay.
course. Just to be clear.
I have also done that when people were especially racist or awful. Yeah, it was the racism for me. Yeah, I just literally gagged and almost spit up my coffee at the phrase deflowerer. Yeah, understandable. Iron Fist, Heart of the Dragon, number 4.
Oh.
Iron Fist is back. This is a good series. I read the first 2 and I really liked it.
Yeah, we read that for the show. I really liked it too.
Yeah.
Just in the first one.
Iron Man from Christopher Cantwell. Who is that? Moondragon? Oh, that's Moondragon, huh?
Oh, that is Moondragon.
Hey.
Thanos' daughter, not Thanos, sorry, Drax's daughter, often kind of eschewed in modern continuity.
Oh, she is Moondragon.
Yeah.
And Hellcat.
Oh, yeah. Who started out as a romance comic person, which I always thought was a weird but cool sort of transition.
Yeah.
There. For like many years, she was Patsy Walker, like model or something was the title. Yeah.
Yeah, I remember. What's this? Jenny Zero from Dark Horse. Party Monster. This is nice.
I wonder if she partied with that monster.
Ooh, probably.
Yeah.
This was like a pretty cool sci-fi book. Written by Dave Dwanch and Brockton McKinney, illustrated by Magenta King. Jenny Zero. Oh, I see. Party Monster, and she is sitting
in the monster's foot.
Yeah, well, footprint.
Yeah.
Let's see. Roboto never liked Marvel from the start. She was more of a DC person. What the fuck? I leave for a minute and he is burning people down. Johnny Talks Comics just ordered home after seeing a thread over on r/comic books. Looking forward to reading it. Yeah, we'll probably talk about it on this week's podcast this Sunday at 10:30 a.m. Roboto Someone 6 is a girl, and she is a lesbian, by the way, but I bet you already know that. I did not know that, Alexander. I didn't know any of those things about Roboto, because their name is just Roboto Someone 6, which is not very descriptive. Lighthouse from Jules Verne, issue 1.
That's cool. I might pick that up based on it being Jules Verne.
I figured you might.
Yeah.
But that's good to know, Roboto, or Alexander. Sorry about that. It's very nice to meet both of you.
Friends? They know each other.
Yeah, Alexander and Roboto Someone 6 are friends.
Oh, very cool.
Carmen, speaking of Gilliam March, he is all over the joint this week. Gilliam March's, he wrote it and drew it, Carmen mini-series about death. This is the personification of death, and there's a naked lady.
The first issue was very well done, and I think I will check out the second issue.
I like the second issue too.
Yeah.
The woman who died is nude the entire time. Did she die nude? Oh, she died because she committed suicide.
Yeah.
In a tub.
And may or may not, like, I'm still kind of wondering if she's in like kind of a liminal, like, might go back or this is it kind of thing. It's an intriguing story, and the way that he does the kind of framing,
the layouts,
very cool, like angles of shots, and
so good.
Yeah,
there's not a lot of pages I can show you on it because it mostly has a naked woman. Oh, here we go. That's kind of a cool layout. Very, very cool. Gilliam March is one of my favorites, and talking about the male gaze, he is a very male gazy artist, but boy is he good at it. I can't show you any of this. It's so many nudities. But nope, that's cool too. Can't show it to you. Well, you saw enough. Yeah, so I really liked issue 1. Let's see. Oh, King in Black Namor number 5. Let's see. Where does this take place? Because King in Black wrapped up last week.
Oh, Fantastic Four had a King in Black tie-in too. I wonder how it all goes for them.
Yeah, I don't know. I haven't read a single issue of this Namor series. Ooh, here's one I'm excited about, y'all. I'm a big Joe Hill fan, and one of my favorite series from Joe Hill is called Lock and Key. And if you haven't read Lock and Key, it is a really great thriller. It is a horror thriller adventure story. It is great. And the cool thing is, this week, they're doing a crossover with Sandman, the Sandman universe.
Which is why I am very excited about it.
Yeah. And it's great. It takes place before so far. Well, the first issue I started reading last night. The beginning of this issue takes place while Morpheus is trapped without his mask and his sack of dust and his gem,
which is because Sandman started out as being more rooted in DC continuity,
yes,
and it turned out to be those things. Constantine is involved with that sack of dust, and the ruby is Dr. Destiny's Panopticon.
That's
from
right.
The old Justice League.
That's right.
Yeah.
Pretty cool the way he tied all that stuff together.
Yeah.
I did not understand that when I first read Sandman, but I do now, and I appreciate it much more. So yeah, Lock and Key Sandman crossover starts this week. Very excited. Drawn by Gabriel Rodriguez, longtime artist on all of the Lock and Key series. So very excited about that.
And it really fits the Sandman style too. I saw the cover that he did. It looks like right at home in that world as well.
And it picks up directly after the last Lock and Key 3-issue miniseries called In Pal Battalions Go.
That's cool.
I always have so much trouble saying that. In Pal Battalions Go.
Now, do you think, JD, that somebody could read it?
Yes.
If they're a big Sandman fan like myself,
Yes.
They can just pick it up.
Yes.
Cool.
Yes. You would have much. You're going to appreciate it much more than a new reader would.
Okay.
I wouldn't recommend it to new readers.
Right. But as far as being very well aware of Sandman, but never having read like one minor Lock and Key thing for the show, still good.
Yeah.
Cool.
Let's see. Just ordered home. Roboto 6. Blah blah blah. Boopity boop bop beep. Screedle deedle. God damn it. Where can we see the screenshots of the comments that guy left? I'm trying to remember the name of the company he works for. But I posted them on his company's website or Facebook. I think we'll absolutely talk about home this weekend, says Noel. I concur, Doctor. Earl says, Lock and Key is my fave. Bwah, bwah, bwah. I added the bwah, bwah, bwah.
He didn't say that?
He didn't say that. But
he didn't type it.
I would say the 4 exclamation points that he put warrant.
Yeah.
Bwah, bwah, bwah.
I think each wham is 1 1/3 exclamation points.
Yes.
Yeah.
JD, were you about to call Lock and Key a romance? I'm cackling. It's not a romance. That was an accident.
Who's cackling?
Molly.
Ah.
Earl says, son of Stephen. Yes, Earl. And one of the things I respect about Joe Hill, not only his writing, although he's not very nice to women sometimes, but I think that's just a horror trope.
What you mean in
his horror, his female characters.
Okay.
His female characters.
That is an important distinction.
He might be very nice in person.
Right.
But I think that is just the way the horror community treats female characters for the most part. I think you get a little bit in some tropes, right? Not all the time though. He's not across the board bad with female characters, because I really like a bunch of them.
Okay.
But
well, I mean, then there are. I mean, I don't know horror and I don't know the tropes or that kind of thing. But if like characters get not nice things done to them, in
that's
books,
the thing. That's the rub.
Is
that the point of the horror story is for horrible things to happen to people.
Right.
But so many things have happened historically to women that it's kind of sensitive to do those things in stories for so long.
Keep seeing it.
You keep seeing it. Yeah.
It's one of those like the trends. It's like, yes, it makes sense to have it happen to either one, but it seems to be way more to women than men.
Yes. Yeah. Which is why I'm a big fan of revenge stories.
Sure.
Women getting their revenge. But the problem is that you have to have the woman go through a trauma first.
That's true.
But boy, when the revenge happens, I'm like, get him.
You could just like describe it. They don't have to. Show it. Yeah.
Let's see. Joe Hill is SK's kid. Having read neither Sandman. Oh, I scrolled too far.
Oh, JD.
Fudge buckets.
JD, why?
What have I done? Having read neither Sandman or all of Lock and Key, will I be able to and or even want to read this yet? Maybe.
You might want to read it.
Yeah. I'm so excited for this crossover, says Molly.
Oh, wait. They said having not read all of Lock and Key.
Right.
So do you think that they should hold off? Will this spoil things for them?
No, this is a prequel to Lock and Key.
Oh, it's a prequel
This
to
happens
both things.
back in the 1920s.
Oh.
Right? So this is before either of those.
Oh, interesting. Okay.
Oh, God, I hate Neil Gaiman because he likes to write sequels to Sandman and he has a bad influence on comics. What are you talking about, Alexander? What? A bad influence on Who are you watching YouTube videos that tell you this stuff? What does that mean? He's a bad influence on comics.
Sequels to Sandman, there's not many.
Right. What do you mean sequels to Sandman? He's the creator of Sandman.
Yeah.
He continues telling the story of Sandman.
Yeah, the most recent thing he did was called Overture.
Which was awesome.
Oh, I didn't like it as much.
Don't listen at me, stupid.
It was also a prequel.
I'm kidding.
And
I'd say it's a prequel sequel.
Yes, you would. But I would get into that. I would get into that. Because it came by later, and it does reveal things that weren't revealed. There's just a few things that I'm like, I kind of think it was a cooler concept had they not gone this way. Whatever. But that being said, Gaiman has also written some of the best comics of all time, but hasn't written many at all recently.
Right.
Like, he's more novels and adaptations of his show, into TV shows now and that kind of thing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Bad influence on comics. How is he a bad I don't know. Neil Gaiman almost ruined Spawn by putting Angela in the Marvel universe.
I don't think Neil Gaiman did that. Yeah, Neil Gaiman was not responsible for Angela being in the Marvel universe. I don't think even a little bit.
Well, it was his character because he created Angela for Spawn.
Sure.
For when he wrote one issue of Spawn back in the early numbers.
Right.
And so there was a problem with the rights to Angela.
Mm-hmm.
And then I believe that Neil Gaiman gave the rights to Angela to Marvel for something else.
Oh, well, there was also some right stuff with, who is it, Miracle Man.
Yeah.
That's
what it was. It was Miracle Man. Yeah.
But regardless, he didn't put Angela in the Marvel universe. And it was many, like that was Marvel editorial decided to do that.
And that was just like 3 years ago.
Yeah.
What about all the years of Spawn before that? To be honest, Johnny Talks Comics says, I've never read Neil Gaiman, which is, why is he a bad influence on comics?
There you go.
Question answered, says Noel. You should DM the screenshots to the company too. Yeah, I might do that.
And they may have already deleted those.
His sequels to Sandman are a bad influence on comics because some comics are supposed to be a one and done story.
He has not really
done... As the creator of the one and done story, it's up to him to decide if it's one and done or not. Just because you like one thing doesn't mean that the creator can't keep telling the story of his creation, right?
That is all very true, but I'm not even sure how much it applies here. He has done a very few, limited. There's Endless Nights, Dream Hunters, and these are over a span.
And those
of
are just one shots.
Years. Well, limited stuff,
limited series.
Yeah. But I mean, which is other stuff. But then there's now all the Sandman universe stuff.
Yeah. Which
he is not doing. That's other people.
Right. That's other people in DC doing it.
Also, the Dreaming Waking Hours is amazing.
Yeah, that's what people keep telling me. Maestro War and Pax #4.
For a second, I thought he was the Grey Hulk Maestro, but it's just a statue.
It's a statue.
Yeah.
Fooled you.
He did. Maestro, he's always up to something.
Yeah. Roboto was always one of my favorite Masters of the Universe characters.
Sweet.
FYI, posts on other people's pages don't always show up and are easily ignored, deleted. Like business pages, not personal. Well, here's the thing. I was trying to find an email to them, but they're in Sweden. And there's so many different subsects of them. And this guy lives in Ohio, so I was trying to find the company that he works at in Ohio so I could contact them specifically, and I couldn't do it. He has since put his LinkedIn account on private because he knows that everyone he's harassing online is finding him on his LinkedIn. And he is blocking everybody.
So, yeah, it's interesting that he does this under his own name. A lot of times earlier on in the history of online, people were like, well, it's because they do it with anonymity that they feel free. And then later it's like, no, it seems more like not their own anonymity, but the people they are being mean to being so separated from them is what empowers people to kind of lash out the way they would in their fantasies.
I've been doing a podcast for 10 years. Originally it was called Pop Tards. And then I grew up and I was like, ooh, Pop Tards that's not a good name. Originally I thought it was funny. And then I went, maybe it's not so funny. So I started calling it Cult Pop. And I've been doing it for 10 years. And there was a gentleman, we used to do it on ain'titcoolnews.com. We were the podcast for Ain't It Cool News. And then stuff went down the pike about Harry Knowles and how he was kind of gross. So we separated ourselves from that. And because we didn't know him personally. But yeah, someone had written in, my point being, someone had written into our podcast with angry hands, right? They were like, blah, 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 blah. I'm angry about something.
Like a Muppet.
And he was being a jerk. Except the keyboard's up here. And he was real mean.
Yeah.
And so I responded back, being very nice to him. I'm like, well, I'm glad you at least, I'm sorry we're not for you. I'm glad you checked out the podcast. You know, I'm sure there's something out there for you to find that you will enjoy. And he wrote me back and he was like, I'm so sorry. I didn't think you were actually going to see this.
Oh.
Yeah.
Well,
like
really
you
nice
commented under my podcast that I
Yeah.
spend hours producing and editing and posting.
Yeah.
You didn't think I was going to see it. So you were a dickhead?
Yeah. Well, and that's the thing, people, you know, like kids will be mean. And then when we grow up, we're like, oh, that person is a person too.
Yeah.
And they have feelings. I was just doing this as a show for everybody else.
Yeah.
And I think that's something that we haven't quite taken to heart with the online world yet.
Yep.
It's just still a very new way of communicating for the human
Yeah.
race.
It's
you
a
know?
shame, man.
Yeah.
And I get caught up in it too. You know, I get very confrontational. Generally, when I see people being dicks, I will be confrontational to the dicks.
Right.
Yeah.
And it's very easy to interpret text in whatever emotion we're feeling at the time.
Yeah. Usually, if I see people use the terms SJW, cuck, soy boy, or what's the other one?
I don't know.
Brave and stunning.
Oh, yes.
Like you know who those people are.
Yeah.
Or they're like, oh, Ray is a Mary Sue. Shut the fuck. Let's see. Joe Hill has gotten better since Heart-Shaped Box. Heart-Shaped Box is rough, says Molly. Yeah, I loved Horns. If anyone is curious about Joe Hill, the author, the writer, he has done some novels, one called Heart-Shaped Box and another one called Horns. My wife and I both read Horns separately and both cried our eyes out. We had to have new eyes inserted.
Oh, my God. You didn't just use your old eyes?
No. We cried them out.
Well, I mean, you'd pick them up.
And just
fine.
pop them back in?
Yeah, just
What,
pick
like
'em
a
up.
5-second rule?
Yeah, a little pick and pop.
A
5
little
seconds.
pick and pop.
They're good. Oh, wait, is Molly, if I remember correctly, also reads Waking Hours.
Yes.
Waking Hours.
Wait.
And I wonder,
do you?
She might. If I remember correctly, she does. If I don't, then
Then she
maybe not.
doesn't, yeah.
But I wonder also if she has read the Mike Carey Hill House book called The Dollhouse Family, which I have kind of fell off of, and it might have been canceled, but I enjoyed what I read.
It wasn't canceled. It was a miniseries.
I didn't finish it.
Okay.
I probably have them all, though.
Didn't they do a crossover with Why the Last Man? Who's they? Sandman? No.
No.
Not that I'm aware of.
Yeah.
The cool thing about Why the Last Man is that the character, Yorick, has the same lighter, Zippo lighter from Preacher that says, fuck communism. Because he was a fan of the Preacher comic book.
Oh, that's very cool.
And he did the same thing I did, which was have it inscribed on a Zippo because I like the comic book so much.
So you have one of those as well.
I have a fuck communism Zippo from within the pages of Preacher.
That's a real Barry Allen calling himself the Flash because Jay Garrick is comics. Yeah, that's awesome.
Also, I have taken to heart one of my favorite phrases, one of my favorite lines from Preacher, and I said, I am going to beat this into my kid.
Like
Figuratively.
Yeah.
The line, you got to be one of the good guys because there's way too many of the bad. And that is a line from Jesse's father to him as a young boy. And it always stuck with me. And I was like, that's a father moment right there. I'm going to remember that in case I'm ever a dad. Let's see. Yeah, he did. He is responsible, but it did not ruin anything. Gaiman sold the rights to Marvel for Guardians of the Galaxy. I keep doing this thing where like I scroll a little bit and then it jumps. Gosh, I missed a lot of comments, you guys. I'm so sorry. Gaiman sold the rights. Don't read this out loud.
Okay.
Says Molly. I won't. Yes, he did put it in the behest of Brian Michael Bendis. Sandman sequels are giving people the idea to write sequels to Watchmen and The Dark Knight Returns. Most of them are terrible. Not all of them, by the way.
Oh, no, I think what gave people the idea to write sequels to all of those things, Watchmen and whatever, was money.
Yes.
I think the editorial people were like, hey, we could make money doing this. Let's find someone to write it.
Yeah.
That's what it is, in my opinion.
They can be one and done stories if you just ignore the stories you don't like, says Johnny Talks Comics.
True as well.
Well said. I like that a lot. Both me and Roboto love HBO Watchmen. Oh, that was a great show.
Yeah, very cool.
Chef's kiss on that show. That was great. Tom King, Rorschach is pretty good, says Alexander. We're going to be talking about the newest issue this Sunday at 10:30 a.m., where we live stream the Spoiler Alert podcast. Take a shot every time I plug our Sunday show. I feel like there are two people. No, I feel like there are actually people who are bad for the comics industry, less so about what they may write and more about what they may do or believe personally, not so much Neil Gaiman, in my opinion. Yes, I would say the Comicsgate people, not a great influence on comics.
Sure. And there can also be people like Dark Knight Returns, right? And Watchmen, very good comics, right? Yeah. I personally feel like what they did to the comics industry ended up being some stuff that I wasn't a big fan of.
Very dark.
That is not Frank Miller and Alan Moore. That's everybody else who followed them.
It's not their fault that they did something that altered the history, the forward-moving history of a medium.
Right.
It is all of the people trying to cash in on that that are at fault, not the people who did it first.
I agree.
At least in this particular instance, right?
Yeah.
Let's see. What is wrong with Pop? Oh. So Action Figure Expert, it's not Pop Charge, and it's not Pop Chart. It was Pop Tards. Tards. Pop Tards.
But JD has done something that the world would be much better if people did when appropriate more often. He did something that wasn't great. He realized it, and then he stopped, and he changed it.
Yeah. It got to the point where I was embarrassed to promote my show to people. Hey, you should listen to my podcast. It's called Pop Tards. It just at a certain point where I was just like, this feels weird to say, and I'm uncomfortable. Yeah. I should probably change it so that I want to actually talk about my show, right?
And of course, it would be better if nobody ever did anything that was in any way bad or wrong. But if it happens, the only thing we can do is change it for the better.
Yeah, right? Move on.
Yeah, don't
for
just
the better.
dig in.
Yeah.
Yeah.
A lot of people dig in their heels and they're like, no.
Yeah.
Like, well, that's how we learn and grow as people. LOL at the Muppet impersonation. Meanwhile, you have a puppet JD off screen. Yes. I do.
Part of one of the all-time coolest wedding announcements that I have ever been privileged to receive.
Let's see. Where's he at?
There he is. You got it.
Hey, everybody. I'm Jadles. I like to get real close. That's Jadles. This is my puppet.
Shake.
His
eyes.
There he goes. I got to find a way to put him back together. Yeah, my wife and I both had made puppets of ourselves. And that's how we did our wedding invitation. It was a video instead of sending out like save the dates. And we had a lot of fun doing that. Part of me was thinking, what if I took my puppet and that's how I did my like Thunder Round videos?
Yeah.
And I thought, thank you. That's a lot of work.
Yeah. Well, that's why the Muppets, professional people paid.
Yeah, leave it to the profession.
Yeah, exactly.
All right. Maniac of New York #3, which is a really fun horror comic that's coming out right now from Aftershock from Elliot Kalan and Andrea Muti. This is basically what if Jason Voorhees from the Friday the 13th series went to New York and then never left, and then just was a force of nature that people in New York had to deal with on a daily basis. Like, hey, there's going to be a little bit of rain and also maybe some murder later today. So keep a lookout when you're on Broad Street.
And this writer, is it Russell? Whoever it is, I know has done a number of like...
Elliot Kalan?
Yeah, I think has done a number of like acerbic social commentary things.
Nope, you're thinking about Mark Russell.
I am definitely thinking about Mark Russell, but then I thought Noel said this guy also did that.
Oh, did he? I don't know.
I could be wrong. Noel, if you're still here, correct me or endorse what I said.
Even outside of like social media interactions, people are so mean in complaint emails. Horns, just watch the movie. It's perfect. Noel's lying. The movie is just okay. Noel, I'll kill you, says Molly.
Oh no.
For promoting the movie. Brave and Stunning. Wait, never. Oh, see, it jumped again. Never mind. I don't want to know. No, don't watch the movie. Horns, it's so bad. Dragon Slayers. Dragons Slayers says, yo, what's up, Dragons?
Oh, hey.
Best movie ever. I'm going to stop reading those. Shit, I'm stealing that dad line. You gotta be one of the good guys. There's way too many of the bad. I better leave because I do not want spoilers for Rorschach 7. So goodbye, bro. Thanks for the chat.
No, that's this.
He's already gone.
Oh,
Alexander already left.
Oh.
We weren't gonna be. Yeah, I haven't read the issue. Noel Stapp. Now you are the troll. Also need to go buy Johnny Talks Comics.
So long, John.
And Elliot Kalon is a former head writer for The Daily Show.
Oh, interesting. Oh, very interesting. So, not correct in the way that I thought at all, but still kind of similar.
Yeah. He also has a podcast called The Flop House where they talk through bad movies.
Oh, very cool.
All right. Eros Psyche from Maria Lovett.
I'm intrigued by that on the title alone, but I have not read issue 1.
Yeah, me neither.
Right.
But I like Maria Lovett.
The art looks good.
There's a variant cover. Mighty Morphin number 6.
And that is the 6th issue in this series?
Yeah.
just clarifying.
Mighty Morphin number 6.
Yes, no, it's the 6th issue. It's the one after
It's the 6th issue.
Oh, very good.
This one is Minky Woodcock, the girl who electrified Tesla.
Can you say that on YouTube?
Minky Woodcock.
Oh.
The girl who electrified Tesla. This is a hard case crime book. So hard case crime novels are a series of crime novels that usually go back towards the 60s form of noir crime novels. Okay. My Little Pony, Friendship is Magic.
Wait, Jenny, are those true crime?
No.
Oh, okay.
No. They're just fictional.
False crime.
False crime.
Very good.
Night Hunters number 3.
Oh, there's a lightning bolt coming out of that skull. Ooh.
Or going in.
Into.
You don't know.
Well,
going
that was
in.
very presumptuous.
Yeah. Nonstop Spider-Man number 2. Here's the variant.
Putting the lie to the Nonstop Spider-Man number 1, which did stop.
And
now here's the second issue.
Yes. You son of a bitch. I read the first issue and I liked it a lot. It is a much different storytelling storytelling experience than number 1, or than Amazing Spider-Man, I should say.
It kind of reminded me of, I don't know if you ever watched the Justice League action.
Noel says, gotta roll. Been neglecting work for too long. Hugs, not drugs. See you later. Brian is the worst.
Can we not have both?
Hugs and drugs.
Yeah.
Phantom on the Scan from Cullen Bunn. No idea what this is. It's number 1, though.
Oh, number 1. Wait, what was that last book that we were reading?
Nonstop Spider-Man.
Yeah. Oh, the Justice League action. If anybody ever saw that, it was 15-minute episodes that were maybe like just a little bit in the beginning, a little bit in the end, but just the action of the Justice League. That's what Nonstop Spider-Man reminded me of.
Oh, that makes sense.
Like it's just Spider-Man action, very little other stuff.
Yeah. Not a lot of romance.
Not a lot of romance.
Putting books away back in the boxes. I'm sorry, guys. I'm taking a lot longer than usual. My throat actually hurts. I haven't read the book for tonight. Book club is tonight. We're doing Nubia. It's a YA graphic novel from DC Comics featuring Wonder Woman's sister. And
it's been around for decades.
Since the 70s, yeah. Power Pack number 5. It's coming out this week. Who's that guy? He's got the magnet powers. Who's
got the magnet?
The Wizard.
Powers. Oh yes, that is the Wizard.
The Wizard.
One of the members, the founding member of the Frightful Four.
That's right.
Yeah.
Proctor Valley Road from Grant Morrison, number 2, comes out this week. I did not.
Good.
Yeah, I haven't read the first one. So.
Oh yeah.
Brian says it was pretty good.
It was pretty good, especially if you like that kind of story. It's like a good entry in that kind of story.
What is the kind of story that you might like?
Like a spooky.
I like spooky.
Ghost story.
I like ghost stories.
The wilderness.
I like the wilderness.
Like the like Southwest kind of wilderness, like that large open space kind of deal. And it is.
Is it like a Scooby-Doo?
Yeah, but I think these are real things, not a guy in a mask or whatever.
Gotcha.
So it's like Scooby-Doo, real monsters.
Okay.
But this is.
I see what you did there.
No, there. Oh, right, that was a different show. There was a Scooby-Doo.
Well, there was Ghostbusters. No, there was Real Monsters.
Yeah.
And then there was
Scooby-Doo that much later had actual ghosts,
actual spooky stuff.
But yeah, some of this is based on true events or true legends, and some of it,
Proctor Valley
I think
Road.
you'd like it a lot, actually.
Cool.
Yeah.
Let's see. If there are any extra copies of The Girl Who Electrified Tesla, would you mind putting one aside for me? There aren't any extra copies.
Well, there is one copy. Did anybody
Right.
want it?
Yeah, it's a subscription.
Oh.
So I'm going to put it on my notes to order another one in for you, Justin. Justin, Girl Who Electrified. Number 1 for Justin Aggs. Great. Molly says Nubia is real good.
And it is subtitled Real One.
It is. It's true. I actually went into it not knowing what it had anything to do with Wonder Woman, and so it was a fun reveal for me. Hal says, once again, I'm late to the party, but I'll rewatch from the beginning tonight at work. Hi, Hal. Justin says, yay! Thank you. Yay! All right. Resident Alien number 5 of 6. There's a TV show on Sci-Fi starring the aforementioned Alan Tudyk.
Yes, just wrapped up its first season and has been renewed for a second season.
Is it good?
Yes, I really enjoyed it. Apparently very different from this, but if you can watch things like that and separate them, I think you'd enjoy it.
Yeah. The Scumbag number 7. The world's fate rests with the worst person on it. And our hero here is snorting cocaine off of a business card, off a credit card. And he says, how do you think Batman stays up all night? I guess we'll never know.
It's an unrelated question.
I don't know what one has to do with the other.
Probably nothing.
Yeah. Serial number 3, which is the new Terry Moore miniseries that spins out of one of my favorite horror titles of all time called Rachel Rising. I read this last night. Spider-Man, Spider's Shadow, number 1.
Speaking of what if.
Hours ago. Look at this little logo up there.
That's very cool. That's
What If.
Logo. I love what if stories.
Me
I'm
too.
A sucker for them.
And this is a what if miniseries detailing what if Spider-Man kept the symbiote instead of rejecting it.
Interesting. There's a variant in there that is a very cool cover.
Yep. It is not here.
Well, it's cool.
It'll be here soon enough. I took it home to read it.
Oh, indeed.
But here's another. This is a Ron Lim. Yeah, this is a Ron Lim variant of Spider's Shadow.
Yeah, in What If, it's always, at least in the old series, it was like uniformly a million times worse than the actual Marvel Universe. It's like any minor change would
ruin everything. So much murder.
Apocalypse.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Star Wars Bounty Hunter number 11. So if you're a Star Wars fan and you are one of my customers, let me know if you're interested in it, because there is a War of the Bounty Hunters storyline coming up that's going to be a crossover between the different Star Wars series. So it's going to go through Bounty Hunters, Dr. Aphra, Star Wars, Darth Vader. So if you're into that, this is the first big crossover taking place amidst the Star Wars series. Betwixt. Thor number 14. God, this friggin' book has been dope. Donny Cates' Thor. Highly recommend it. 10 out of 10. Would read again.
I fell off on that. I really liked the Galactus opening arc, and
why did you fall off?
No reason. Like, I should have kept going.
Did you start reading the Prey the story arc?
No, I want to though.
Yeah.
Yeah, it looks cool.
Yeah. You gotta read it. It's great. These books are heavy. Okay. That box is done.
Hey!
One more box and then we can GTFO.
Yeah. Let that be known to the people watching.
Yeah.
You must stay.
You must stay. Once I'm done, then you can GTFO.
Yeah.
I saw the solicit for that Spider-Man. I'm going to have to grab that. Love What If.
Yeah.
Not always Logan running Shield worked out. That one got me into What If.
That's cool.
Kevin Brown. Let me know if you need a copy of that book. Thor and Loki Double Trouble #2 from Mariko Tamaki and Gurihiru. Very cute series. Freaking adorable. Look at that.
Is that an ongoing story, or
It's a mini series.
Okay, so it's not just like
The same
individual shot, like
No.
different.
This is a mini.
adventures, you know.
And the one before this was Venom and Spider-Man Double Trouble.
Oh.
So they're doing Double Trouble as a theme.
Like an imprint. Almost.
Yes.
Yeah.
Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles Jenica 2.
Oh.
The female turtle has her own miniseries. This is the
female
second
turtle?
of yeah. Oh yeah.
Oh, is she from the future?
No,
Oh.
she is from
She
now, but she was not created the same way the turtles were created. In that they were turtles who were morphed by the ooze
Sure.
into humanoid creatures.
Right.
This was a human girl
Uh-huh.
who, when the mutant bomb went off in New York, turned into a turtle.
Oh, this is part of that series.
Yes.
Where, I haven't read any of it, but it sounds
Yeah.
very cool.
Yeah, Noel has been talking it up. He says it's great.
Yeah.
If you want anywhere to start with the current Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, you could get volume 1 of From the Ashes, which is issue like 100 moving forward. But even though it's issue 100, it's a great jumping on point. You could grab a trade paperback of that. Undone by Blood, or The Other Side of Eden by Lonnie Nadler and Zach Thompson.
Couldn't
This is
decide on a title. Huh?
#2, yeah. Or How I Learned to Stop Worrying and Love the Bomb.
Ah, very good.
Usagi Yojimbo #18 from Stan Sakai. Still going strong.
Nothing to do with the Ninja Turtle.
Nothing. Wolverine #11. I quite enjoy this cover. By
Omega Red.
Adam Kubert. It's got Dracula, Omega Red, Wolverine, and some other folks.
Omega Red's kind of got a Dracula thing going on, right? Like a vampire thing, I mean.
Does he?
Doesn't he absorb energy? I don't know.
Yes,
I
probably.
don't know what his deal is. You know, through his little snaky metallic tendrils.
His tentacles?
Yeah, his tentacles.
Yeah. His sneaky metallic tendril things.
Yeah, exactly.
Young Hellboy #3 of 4. Look how cute he is.
So,
Look at that little guy.
like Hell Toddler.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. All right. So that's that. Now we're going to do some trade paperbacks and magazines, and then we're going to get the fuck out. Ah! Fangoria magazine, a history of horror hosts, interview Dark Shadow's most reclusive star, Godzilla vs. Kong, whoever wins, we win. Meet the monsters of Creepshow, Hammer Time. Barbara Crampton brings Jacob's wife to bloody life. Barbara Crampton is a longtime Scream queen. You probably know her from the H.P. Lovecraft film Reanimator. G.I. Joe, World on Fire. This is another one that Noel has been saying has been dope as hell. This is the current G.I. Joe run.
Is that one in the future? Is that the one that we read the beginning of for the show?
Yes.
That was cool. And
Yes.
I am not a G.I. Joe guy at all.
Yeah, I used to be. I got perfect timing, you may say, if you want to be wrong about how timing works and how perfect timing works. House of M, finally back in print. So I got 5 copies of House of M for all the people who wanted it 2 months ago during the Scarlet,
Vision,
WandaVision.
Yeah.
Everybody who came in because they loved WandaVision were like, I want to get House of M. It was out of print.
Yeah.
Now that no one wants it, I have a bunch.
Just hang on to them until Doctor Strange and the Multiverse of Madness.
Yeah.
And I mean, there probably will be more people because she's a major character in that.
Yeah. So, and similarly, Vision and the Scarlet Witch, the saga of Wanda and Vision is back in print just in time. I got a bunch of those.
Oh, great.
Similarly, The Vision complete collection by Tom King. This is actually evergreen. You'll want to read this no matter where in history you are. except the past, before it came out. Don't
you
read
might
it.
have wanted to have read it.
Yeah. Vision is great by Tom King. Highly recommend it. We did it for book club. It's amazing. It's really good. No, Brian probably didn't like it very much.
Well, there's no probably about it, Jenny.
Yeah, he didn't like it.
Didn't like it too much.
In Another World with My Smartphone is a manga, number 1. Can the Hulk lift a house is the question posited by the titular
Words?
words. Oh, Wicked Things. I don't know. Is this the whole? Oh, this is the Wicked Things miniseries, which was a spin-off from John Allison's Giant Days, long-running series, Wicked Things, and it's finally in a collection. Now this. John Romita's The Amazing Spider-Man Artisan Edition, where they have the original pages by John Romita Jr. or Sr. scanned in full color.
Ooh.
So that you can see all of the blue pencil lines, all of the whiteout, all the mistakes.
Well, JD, for people who don't know, why are those in blue?
Well, back in the day, my friends, they would draw comic book pages in blue pencil because the technology of the time, the scanners, the photos that they would take would not pick up the blue pencils, and they would only pick up the ink that was on top of the pencils. So you would get a nice crisp ink line on your comic book page to send to the colorist, and not all of the sketchy pencil lines that are usually underneath. So they wouldn't really draw them in lead. They would draw them in a blue color pencil. But because the technology has advanced, now they have rescanned them in full color, and you can see all the blue lines and all of the mistakes. And I am just a sucker for that type of shit. And I love John Romita Sr. He's one of my all-time favorite.
Ooh, that art on the cover. Now, what era is this? Like, when are we talking?
This is the 70s.
Cool.
Yeah. This is when I first started reading Spider-Man. Not because I was alive at the time, but because I would be getting the Marvel Tales reprints.
Yeah. I read, as you know, a lot of Silver Age stuff as a kid, and it was just because I could find it in back issue bins or whatever. Yeah,
because they still were there. Peanuts, Scotland Bound, Charlie Brown.
There's a bondage story about Charlie Brown, right?
Bondage.
He's bound in the Scottish style.
Yeah. Persona 5 manga. Super Women in Love, Honey Trap and Rapid Rabbit. What the hell?
Are they the titular super women?
They are.
Oh.
I'm trying to think. Is this
one
supposed to be sexy or funny? What is this?
Could be both.
Could be sexy, funny.
Could be funny, sexy.
Snoopy Come Home, a new Peanuts book.
Excellent.
And Riverdale, The Ties That Bind.
Indeed.
It's another bondage story.
Another one.
Can't Stop, Won't Stop.
I think that last Snoopy one you did was a reprint of the earlier stuff, right?
Yes.
Yeah.
And here, last but not least, we have MPLS Sound. Teresa Booker was hardly the first singer-songwriter to be inspired by his royal badness, but she was the most determined. Minneapolis, 1982. Dozens of young bands playing day and night in bars and clubs across the city dream of being noticed by the musical genius Prince, revered as a guru and a power broker. But when Teresa and her band, Star Child, are offered the opportunity of a lifetime to be taken in and mentored by their idol, they soon find that there's a dark side to fame and fortune that could turn their dream into a nightmare. MPLS Sound, from cover to cover, is the ultimate love letter to the legendary Minneapolis funk rock soul of the 1980s. What a neat idea.
Yeah, I like that all purple or purple tones kind of thing on the back and on the front.
And I'm going to assume correctly that this is Jen Bartel's cover work. And that's it. We've done it.
Hey.
We've done it. I've been sitting in this chair too long. My butt hurts.
All right.
You ever sit on the toilet too long and then you stand up and your legs have gone asleep?
Yeah.
Let's see.
Let's see if anybody has.
I never read Resident Alien comics, but I'm digging the TV show. Has a great cast and funny writing, says Hal. Yeah. Kevin Brown says, thanks for the offer, but I'm out in Ohio, unrelated to that other Ohio fella. If I make it to Philly, I'll definitely hit up your shop. Thank you, Kevin Brown. It's funny. There is a business in Ohio that makes specialty back issue bins that I've been looking for forever, and I finally found them, and I contacted them, and I was like about to buy them because I even saw that shipping was free, and I was like, oh, free shipping, that's insane. And it turns out it was a mistake on their website. The reason the shipping was free is because they don't do any shipping.
No, it's a good reason.
And you have to drive to Ohio to pick them up.
How long a drive is it?
7 hours.
Not that long.
But probably in a U-Haul truck in order to pick up all of these things. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Hey, take it easy, Mr. JD. Be safe. You too, action figure expert. Hal, Kevin Brown, Noel, Molly, everybody. Love you guys. Thanks for hanging out with us. Don't forget, Sunday morning, 10:30 a.m., we're going to be doing the live stream Spoiler Alert podcast. Meet me back here next week at Tuesday, 2 p.m.-ish, where we're going to do this whole thing all over again.
Different books.
Different books. That's true.
Wait,
yeah.
Are you doing anything tonight around 8?
At 8 tonight, we're doing book club on Zoom. We're going to be talking about Nubia, the graphic novel for the YA set.
How do people get onto that?
You can go to a Facebook group called JD's Hero Complex Book Club, and that's how I post the Zoom link.
Oh, fantastic.
All right, guys, I'm tired. I need a nap. I got to go read the book for tonight too.
Yeah.
Love you, and I will talk at you.